All right, everybody, welcome back to Mildly Infuriating, starting off with number 19. The new smart bus stops in our town provide no cover from the weather. Oh, the reason why it's a smart bus stop is because it looks like it has a TV on it, so it can serve ads to whoever is sitting waiting for the bus. And also, because of the lack of material, it's probably cheaper for the manufacturer to produce, but they can bill the same amount for it, so they have bigger margins. So it's smart for everyone except the person sitting on it getting rained on listening to advertisements. Some a-hole keeps eating my food at work. Why is this like such a common story that I hear about on Reddit or it'd be like petty revenge where someone was eating my food at the office, so I put ghost peppers in my lunch and then they ate it and now they're mad at me and it's like, well, you shouldn't have been stealing my food in the first place. God. Or karma conspiracy here. It's just someone took a photo of their food after they'd eaten, and then they got a bunch of karma points on the internet because they added the caption. But really, why is it such a common thing for people to steal food at an office? Like, everybody knows who everybody is. You're not some random person sneaking in and grabbing food. Like, you're gonna be found out. And in all these stories, it seems like the person who is the thief ends up getting really defensive. Like, well, it's in the fridge, so I'm kind of entitled to it, even though it had your name on it and you bought it and it's your lunch. Like, it's kind of fair game, even though we are coworkers and you know who I am stealing. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing it. It's like, what? How are people this bold? I don't understand. And that looked delicious and that makes me upset. This bathroom mirror in my hotel room. You know what? It's just trying to tell you that you look great just the way you are, and there's no need to put a bunch of thought and wonder, like, am I good enough? Are people gonna perceive me well? You're you, and that's all that matters. You don't need to see how you look. I feel like that's something I've seen on another subreddit, or maybe this one before, where they like blur out the mirror and put a caption on it, or don't have a mirror and put a caption saying, you look great. And it's like, well, really, I just wanted to see if I have anything in my teeth because, you know, that can contribute to gum health if I have something that's stuck in there for a while and I prefer to, but you look great just the way you are. You don't need a mirror. Speaking of him, my old office once held a birthday party for me and served pork tacos. I'm Muslim. See, I would say under, like, you know, circumstances of just an office-wide party, like, yeah, not everyone's dietary restrictions are going to be taken into account. However, if it is the birthday party specifically for that one person, then maybe you want to just, like, double check, because it's kind of awkward if you, like, throw the party and then the person who the party is for can't really partake in the party or the food that's being provided. So, like, in that instance, yeah, but a bit weird not to double check in advance. And then they're probably like, oh, well, you know, we just kind of wanted an excuse to order some food for the office, so we're sorry that you didn't get to end up eating it. We'll rename this gathering something in the future, so it's not about your birthday. We'll find another excuse. Sorry about that. Roommate using the air fryer to dry random sticks and gumballs. Wait, are these called gumballs? I've always just known them at like nettles or the spiky seed things. I actually guess I've never had a consistent term for those. Is gumballs like the official term? This is just a Today I Learned moment right here. That's gonna be my entire focus of the post instead of what's going on here, which is like, does your roommate have a pet by any chance? Because I know that when it comes to, you know, setting up a terrarium or something like that, you're supposed to heat up the stuff to get rid of any bacteria. So I'm curious if your roommate has any pets. This is like weird selection though, because Kara has snakes and like it'll be a big stick or something like that, but not a bunch of like little tiny tinder like you're gonna start a fire. It's a weird selection, but maybe there's a reason. If not though, kind of confusing. And also, why are you doing this in the food thing? Do you mind not just taking things from outside and putting them in the food air fryer? Let's not do that. Thank you, roommate. Someone in my house keeps biting on my forking butter. It's kind of a weird one. So, I mean, I'm trying to, like, how many people are in your house to where it is a mystery? Like, if it's, you know, you and a partner, some kids, I guess, or you got a few roommates, but I feel like wouldn't necessarily be that hard to get to the bottom of it. It would have been more interesting to set up a hidden camera and catch the person in the act, but also just what maniacal behavior to just see the butter and be like, I gotta, God, I know I could put it on bread. I know I could take a knife and I could split it. Like, I could do a lot of things with this butter. I have so many options. Like, I see the butter and I can't resist. I just gotta chomp. Just one chomp. And that's that. Reminds me of my mom. My mom didn't chomp on butter, but she would, with the See's candies that we would have, I'd open the box up when we'd have a box and I'd be like, oh, why are all the See's candies bitten into? And in that case, though, at least it's a small thing. She's gonna come back later and finish the rest, but also it's like, why are they all bitten into? But in this case, it's like, it's a bit, well, okay. Who does this? A bag of chips can't get any smaller. It does look like, is this, I can't, hold on, do we get some sound here?
See how much our 1 ounce package contains, shall we?
A 1 ounce package of chips, all right.
Wait for it. Wait for it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 ounce of Doritos.
How is that even possible? An error was made in the packaging of this. I like how you knew it was so underweight to begin with and you were like shaking it. You're like, it can't be one chip, but let's pull out the phone anyway, start filming this just in case it's as bad as it seems. And sure enough, hey, you know, on the plus side, I bet you that's not actually 150 calories, which is what the package said. It's way less. It's probably like a 10-calorie package or something like that. They're trying to, this is the diet Doritos package. What I don't know is this a smaller package than like the fun size ones kids would bring to school for lunch? Is this an even smaller one, or is that actually one of those packages and had one chip in it? That's impressive. At least the chip it's pretty intact. It's not crushed. So, you know, all that air in there did a great job at protecting it. We got new neighbors. It's just, okay. If they are moving in right this second and they were in a hurry, maybe there's just like, this isn't our parking space. We just want to grab something and put it in the car. Maybe for like 10 seconds. But otherwise, this is an incredibly short-sighted play. If they have decided, yeah, we're just going to park there, unless maybe they have all 3 spots. Maybe. If all 3 of those spots do belong to them, they got a 3-bedroom, it came with 3 parking spaces or something like that, then you know what? They're within their right to do that. It just, you run the risk, obviously, of someone thinking that you're being very rude and they key your car if they are actually taking other people's parking spaces in doing this. Again, very short-sighted miscalculation because someone then they're gonna key your car. Like, it's just a dumb idea, right? They're gonna see you leave and go inside and they're gonna be like, all right, well, they're inside and they're just gonna, right? It just seems stupid to do. Now, I wouldn't advocate for doing that, but someone is inevitably if you are taking up other people's spaces, and so it's just dumb. Like, why would you want to risk damage to your vehicle? It doesn't, I don't know. I don't get it. If you have to view it from a selfish perspective, I just don't get it. Realtor photoshopped out the power lines, bro. This is like my favorite thing to see with LA house listings too. Not power lines, but like, oh, there's so many like weird things that realtors will do with photos of homes that are supposed to have like a view. Or they'll do this thing where it'll be a house that's like beautiful. It's one that they're trying to sell for like $50 million or something crazy. There's one that comes to mind in particular because I was like, this is an incredible looking house I would never be able to afford, but it's incredible looking. But they did this weird thing where on like the master shot of the house, they just Photoshop badly, by the way, every other house everywhere in the background gone. They just make it look like empty mountains and hillside or like a vineyard almost. Nothing. And I'm like, I know where this house is. I can bring it up on Google Maps, and there are quite a few houses around this thing in the background next to it and stuff. I'm like, why do you, and then for like some view shots, it wasn't necessarily on this one, there'll be this weird compositing where they'll have a background view and then they'll just edit out the existing view in the photos. Maybe it was a foggy day or something like that. It wasn't a great view day, but they mash the two photos together where it's like you have this obvious detached view that's then photoshopped in badly with the photo of the house. And you're like, what are you trying to convey here? This is terrible. Stop. If you're gonna do photoshopping, at least make it look good like they did with this one. It's not a bad job right there. I wouldn't realize there were any power lines. I don't see anything wrong with this. I would have been very surprised when I got to the house, on the other hand, and been like, what the? I see, okay. It also looks a lot smaller in these photos. It's a very favorable looking photo, to be fair. And then you get here and you're like, this is just, is that the same house? Are we sure? Like, okay. Yeah, they sometimes do weird stuff. But you know what? Well done in the photoshopping on that one. I wouldn't have called foul until I got there. Printer pulled this nonsense right before alerting me it was low on ink. Oh God, I'm just vomited everywhere. You're gonna have to spend $30 now getting more ink. Sorry about that. Also, I might have just like destroyed any of the tracks in there. Any paper that goes through after might have some residual like little ink streaks on it. Man, that's more ink waste. You have to go buy another one now. That's just, what a bummer. I'm low on ink. You sure about that, printer? Yes, now I am. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Printer, appreciate it. Went hiking and came across the aftermath of a gender reveal. Man, this seems to be like such a thing. This isn't the first time we've seen a post-gender reveal party pictured here or on another subreddit or just browsing through Reddit on my own time. And then you have the situations where they're the fireworks and then they just light the place on fire, and that's how brush fires start. It's like several occasions now gigantic brush fires have started due to a gender reveal party. And what, did they tag the rock? Like this is, like usually they have the pink and the blue. Did they tag the rock with the pink and then they confettied the blue? Like why is that there? I don't understand. Was someone mad that it wasn't a girl and they were like, I'm gonna tag a princess because that was what I wanted, god dang it. I don't understand. God, I have a hard, fast rule. It's like, don't be a burden on other people. Try to leave places better than where you found them, and this is just... Just why do it to begin with? If you know this is gonna be outcome and you don't want to have to clean up, then do it a different way. Preferably one that doesn't involve starting a brush fire. All right, this is getting out of hand. I have not witnessed this firsthand. But I do apologize if this is taking place for you on a video. It does seem like a situation where they might be more inclined to do it on a TV because it's like, it's further away. You might not have the remote next to you. And so it's just like, hey, if we do it on the TV, then it may have a higher chance of going all the way through. But for good measure, we'll just make it run for a minute. I just don't understand why have the skip at that point. I guess because at some point, if you're having like a 3-minute ad, if someone's just advertising via having their YouTube video run, at some point you have to be able to abandon ship. But I also want to say, like, if someone hit skip after a minute, okay? Like when it's skippable ads that allow you to skip after 3-4 seconds, if you skip, then there's no payment made, right? I don't get anything, the advertiser doesn't pay anything. If it runs for a minute and then you skip, they paid for that, right? That's what I want to know, because that seems like it, yeah. Anyway, I should know the answer to this. It'd probably be good to know, this is my job, but anyway. The sign was made for a reason. Here we are again, do not take food from the fridge that is labeled with someone else's name and not yours. Why is this so common? I don't get it. How could you possibly think, like, I just can't understand that in an environment where everybody knows who you are, not only that, they have all of your identifying information, they have your social security number, everything is on hand, and you're like, yeah, this is the place where I should I don't get it. I don't understand. I just can't put myself in that position of being of that mentality. Anyway, my grandma got discharged from the ER with her neck brace on backwards. That seems like a wee bit of an oversight. I mean, I will say, like, I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't necessarily have realized that it was on backwards. But that's why I'm also not a doctor, because I wouldn't be in the position to be putting this on somebody. And if I were taking care of someone who needed one, I'd probably, be pretty, I would want to be knowledgeable in advance about how it was put on someone. And it seems like you had one job situation and you could hurt somebody if you don't do it properly. So it seems a bit more than mildly infuriating, but yeah, hopefully she was okay and nothing went wrong there. 8th grade grading rubric my son's teacher is planning to use what the fork. Categories: presentation, bombastic. This, hit that, ice cold, that, white gold, straight, masterpiece. Hello, it's me. I was wondering if you practice this speech. It's a grading rubric. It's just like song quotes. What the heck is this? Organization. Gucci. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. You're a porcha with no brain. What is this porcha? Porcha? I'm sorry, this is actually problematic for me right now. Is that how it's actually spelled in the lyrics for the song when you view the lyrics for the? Do they spell it that way, or did the teacher write it? That's making me mad. Porcha. It's porcha. Anyway, okay, it's fine. Maybe it's how the lyrics are written. I haven't heard the song. I don't know. But what is this? Oh, this is a how do you do fellow kids moments. Oh no. And you probably felt how do you do fellow kids when I was reading off the things, but I'm just reading what's there, okay? You can't blame me for going over the material. My kid bit my washing machine and now it leaks. What are you doing, child? I must know how everything tastes. I crave the rubber. Or whatever, I suppose it's probably rubber, the ring, the seal ring. Now it leaks. Oh my god. I figured that the door, probably closed with a bit more force, so it's like, even if it wasn't, I don't know, perfectly intact, it would not let water out. But today I learned that my washing machines are a mere child's bite away from failing. Why would you bite this? What are you doing? It's just like the smallest teeny little. How old? How did this tiny child even get to the point where they were able to take a chomp? Did they swallow it, by the way? Or did they just chomp it? They're like, nope, not good. Won't have that one again. Really, really awful. 1 out of 5 stars on Yelp. Don't recommend other babies. Don't do that. Don't eat the washing machine. It's kind of gross. I applied for a software role at FedEx and was asked to take this bizarre personality test. Oh god, it's 19 photos and I can't just scroll through them because of the freaking... This is mildly infuriating, trying to view the post because it won't display the full image unless I click it into a different tab for every single one. What is this? Me? Not me. What does this mean? This is a random set of strange stock photos, and you... What? What are we doing? Me? Not me. What is me and what is not me? We don't get it. How did this slip through quality control? Who assembled this? Me? Not me. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to communicate. Is this all a trick question? Am I supposed to just raise issue and be like, this doesn't make sense? And then it'll be like, you're hired. Please develop our future personality tests for future applicants. You're the only one who pointed out the problem with it so far. Everyone else was just like, yeah, for sure. And which one? You have 2 options here. Is this the me? Or is this the me? Are they both the me? Are they both the not me? Because sometimes maybe I'm like, yeah, and some other times maybe like, ugh. So it could both be me, but not right now. Maybe this one's me right now, but this is not me. So what do I can only tap one. Okay, we can't do all of me, not me. I don't know, not me. I don't think I'm a puzzle. Although I can be a bit of a puzzle sometimes. People are still trying to figure me out. What? Oh God, okay. Well, view the post yourself if you want to see all 19. I can't be bothered to deal with that. Come out of the grocery store to this car on the right. We still, in 2024, have to inform people that the dashed lines next to the handicap parking spot are in fact not a parking space and exist there for a reason. And yet here we are again, having to see this. Again, the dashed lines, not a parking space. Maybe if it's like really on the end and there's literally nothing adjacent to it, like, you know, maybe if you're the white car here, you park a little over, so you've given yourself nice room for the door opening of the other car. They're not gonna ding you, but you don't park in it. So, you know, anyway. Okay, great. Well, that's it for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.